I feel awful.
That was me over 2 years ago, the night after drinking. I don't know about you, but as I get older, my tolerance for alcohol has been like, not good. Not good. Like back when I was in college, the cool social thing to do was to go out Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. And it was so fun and I was so down for it because I wanted to be cool too. I am so incredibly grateful for that time because I was able to make friends and like hang with the peeps, but it doesn't work for me anymore. Now that I'm getting older, grayer, wiser, my body doesn't function the way that it used to. It's really not the headaches that even bother me. It's the anxiety when I'm overthinking everything that happened, reliving every embarrassing moment. The truth is, I know that people are likely not really thinking about my embarrassing moment, and even if they do, they're probably thinking about it for like 3 seconds versus the 3 years that I'm gonna be dealing with it in my own body. Is it mentally exhausting? Yes. Does it keep me humble? Also, yes. I mean, even though I knew that drinking alcohol was just really not good for me, like it felt awful for me, why did I continue to do it? I think it's because I'm afraid to be the main character of my own movie. I am the center of the universe. Yeah, it's true. And so are you. You are the center of your own universe. Everyone around us are playing characters in our story, just like we are characters in everybody else's story. And because I'm the center of my own universe, I care a lot about my storyline. I so badly want to be happy. What does that even mean? To be happy, I need to fully embrace who I am, flaws included.
Why am I so afraid to be myself? What is myself? I don't know. I'm asking.
Who am I? Who is me? Is myself? Who?
I can't be myself, but I don't even know what myself is. Help.
I'm trying to understand what this fear of stepping into myself is. Stare at yourself in the mirror and cry. I haven't been using my camera and honestly been really scattered. I'm too scared to look at my acne. For some reason, acne is not making me want to create. Someone along the way told me that it was not okay to have imperfections on your skin. We can tell ourselves a million times how much we don't care about what people think. And you might be a better man than I, but I really care what other people think. The insecurities that I have about my skin is just one reason as to why I haven't been able to step into my role as the main character of my movie. I mean, come on, the beautiful actors and actresses in the movies all have perfect skin, they look great on camera. Shouldn't I also look like that if I want to be on camera? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't even know why I'm crying about it. I was just like staring at myself in the mirror and I'm like, I love you so much. Like, why do I sit here and degrade myself or have these automatic feelings that I'm not good enough? It's okay to have those feelings. All life is suffering. Like, we're all going to have negative feelings about ourselves, about things in life, and that's like not fun. But it's definitely something that maybe we can find solace in, that everybody feels that, you know? Like everybody feels shitty about themselves. Enough drama. My life is actually pretty good, but we all go through shit, you know? And if this is my worst struggle, which is not, I'm just crying about it because I am an emotional human. Honestly, the fact that I don't wear glasses helps because I forget about it sometimes. And if I want that perfect life that I see in the movie, then I need to follow their steps. So if it works for them, it must work for me. I need to follow their timeline so that I can also live that life. We're like comparing ourselves to a separate person's story. But that just goes to how attached I am to my physical body and physical outcome of how I think life should turn out. It's in our nature to be very hard on ourselves, but that's only because we care so much about how our story is going to turn out. Our mind is like a machine that takes in all of this information from the world around us and tries to fit in our story with the stories that's happening around us. Like if someone's story guides them to a place that you don't want to be, then you're going to try to compare your journey with theirs to make sure that you didn't fall in the same path. We have all of these calculations that are playing up in our mind just to try to avoid a scenario that we don't want and try to invoke a scenario that we do, which is fine. We're allowed to do that. We have no other way of really knowing what will work. But the problem is we attach too much to what a certain outcome will look like. If it doesn't happen the exact way that I think it should, and it's not showing me that validation, then I'm freaking out. Our mind thinks that if we can follow a specific timeline that has already been proven to make somebody else happy and somebody else's dreams come true, it should work for us too, right? Right? In theory, yes, it should. But this is like me stepping into somebody else's storyline and expecting the universe not to try to guide me back to my own. Expecting my story to play out the exact way that somebody else is, when it's not even meant for me. And freak out every time a milestone comes up that I didn't hit for somebody else's story.
It makes no fucking sense.
But maybe the whole thing was we weren't supposed to. We weren't supposed to live somebody else's story. I truly believe in divine timing and that universe and God and creator source has a plan for us. It feels uncomfortable to be guided somewhere else because it's unknown. We don't know what's going to happen. But that is the beauty of it all, that we don't know what's gonna happen. Our story is the most perfect, beautiful, amazing story, and it's meant for us and to work out in the most perfect way possible if we can trust that it will happen that way. Life will always turn out for the greatest good for us. But we have this idea of what the highest good is, but the truth is we don't know what the highest good is. Maybe this experience that you're having right now is tough, is difficult, but it's meant to teach you something. It's meant to guide you to the place in your life that you will be so excited and happy about.
I was just remembering that time I made a video like in the bathtub. And I like, didn't go inside. It was so weird and it was so uncomfortable. And I was like, why? I was like, I really wanted to take a bath.
I am constantly doing embarrassing shit. But that's me. I'm just an embarrassing person. Like I'm a shit show, a scatterbrain. I have no idea what I'm doing. And honestly, that's okay. The words that I used to describe myself were negative only because I made them that way. But I can change embarrassed to silly, funny, filled with creative ideas and trusting in the divine.
I've been thinking about how our lives are just full of fear. A lot of things in my life are guided by fear. It's because fear needs to be there in order for there to be love. Every positive thing in our life also has a negative thing in our lives. We need to be worried about the future and how our lives are going to turn out, because if we weren't worried, then we're not loving. We're not feeling the good feelings either. And that's something I've been thinking about a lot lately, making sure I recognize that fear is a very reasonable feeling and that I should have that feeling. It's just hard when that fear is so overwhelming and it feels like that fear is life or death. It feels like if I don't have it exactly the way that I should need it, then it doesn't mean anything and I can't have any of it. It shouldn't be so intense that we can't still live in the present moment, because fear is never in the present moment and it's stopping us from being in the present moment. And another feeling that is future oriented is excitement. I think that fear and excitement kind of go hand in hand. I'm excited for the future, so I am fearful that it won't work out the way that I'm excited for it to be about. So it's this expectation of what I think life should be and how I think my life should be lived. In reality, I can't fucking control it. And it's foolish of me to try to control how my life is going to turn out. I can want all I want to fast forward to the part where I'm all happy and like living my dream and all of that. Say that I could do that. I don't know if I would ever appreciate the things that I have. What I can do is slow down and make this moment as juicy as I can. How do you make this moment as juicy as what you think the future moments will be? Like, how do you quench your thirst in this moment?
Our story is not gonna be a duplicate of somebody else's story. And if everybody else's story was the same, then like life would be pretty boring, right? Life would be pretty boring. We all have to deal with the very human experience of time and an idea of a specific timeline that we should be somewhere where we are not. That this moment is not okay because we're not where we need to be. And then we internalize all these expectations that come with it. I want to mimic somebody else's timeline so that I can also have that same happy ending. So then I live life in fear that it won't go exactly according to my plan. trying to fit into somebody else's storyline will never be a perfect fit.
And eventually I did stop drinking because I knew how much it was affecting me negatively. And I think for a long time I didn't stop because I felt like I had to. I felt like I had to do it to be social. I had to do it to be the character I was playing. But the universe was pushing me towards a different version of me that I was afraid to be. I was afraid to step into this new world because shit, I didn't know what that was going to be like.
I truly believe in divine timing, God's plan, universe's destiny, and the idea that my life, my story, will turn out exactly the way that it's meant to. My story won't look like everybody else's. My hardships won't be the same. These experiences are all things that are helping me to level up into the next chapter of my life. It really does suck to feel like we're being left behind and that we're not exactly where we need to be right now. But when I feel like this, I have started to recognize that this is a very human experience, a very human feeling, and it is okay that I'm feeling it. But then remembering, if I'm sad that the present moment I am not where I think I need to be, I can remind myself that that's me trying to fit into somebody else's mold. And I am everything that I need to be right now, in this moment. It's meant to be this way. Happiness isn't something that we can attain. It's not something that is like at the end of the tunnel. It's not something that we can just magically, yep, I'm happy now because I reached all my goals, cool. You're always gonna have a new goal. We're always gonna have something new that we're doing. That's what makes life fun and exciting. So I really think that the fear that we feel is just misguided excitement for the future. It's fearful because we're not in line with somebody else's story. But if we can just drop that idea that we need to be in somebody else's timeline, then I'm gonna step into the main character of my own movie because my movie is so cool. It's everything that I want because my soul knows exactly what I want in life. And they know more than I know as a human. My human brain doesn't know everything. My soul does. And I can trust that my soul has my back. And I'm gonna step into my main character era. Acne and all, dude. Like, skin is skin. Your body is your body. It's how about how you express yourself with the avatar skin that you're given. This is the best, coolest VR experience ever. It's actually just art. It's reality. Stop trying to be somebody else. Drop it. I'm gonna just be myself. And I hope that this helps you in some way to also be yourself. Well, thank you for watching this entire video. I am so grateful that you're still here. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and stuff to see where I'm at, what I'm doing. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.